Economic pressure is something every business faces. But what if the very challenges we fear are actually gateways to growth? Today, we sit down with two distinguished minds from business and policy. Jose Magsaysay Jr., the entrepreneur behind one of the country's most successful global franchises, and Professor Clarita Carlos, a leading expert in geopolitics and national strategy. Together, we explore how businesses can see opportunity in crises and turn pressure into smart, strategic moves. Right here on Open for Business.
Well, first of all, you have to identify in which areas we have competitive advantage. The whole world is aging, and therefore, immediately what comes to my mind is that we have to take care of the elderly of the world. Except for Africa, the rest of the world are rapidly aging. And we have the best nurses, the best gerontologists, the best doctors around. So take advantage of that. We can export all of this medical kind of labor. All economies are meshed together. And therefore, regionalism is the order of the day. And then, as you know, the businessmen here, and they are not just selling to the region, they're selling to the world. I hope the government will provide some incentives for startups, because many times they lack capital, and yet they have the brain, you know. So, and also to protect the industries where we have competitive advantage. There's a lot of disconnect, but I think if the business were more active, then they can articulate to the government what kind of business environment they want. Because most of them think that they are over-regulated. No, sakal na sakal sila. So sabihin nila, konting alagwa naman dyan. Because we also want to earn some little money. After all, as I said, it's really they who create the jobs. It's they who are the sources of innovation. The government is there only to regulate. Crisis situations are supposed to be short because you cannot be in a crisis situation all the time. So that means you must have a business plan when crisis comes. But for the medium to long term, you must have a business plan. Hindi pwedeng widow. Pay attention to your market. The market is basically the millennials and the Gen Zs. Pay attention to what they want to see, what they want to use, what they want to wear, and the like.
Without good suppliers that we were able to talk to, we'll probably not be around. So we have good suppliers here, we have good importers, we have good traders here in the Philippines. Use them. Well, you have to be very creative, innovative, and sometimes audacious. Especially now, if you want to be noticed, you really have to be very creative. Very important, value. So how do you establish value now? For every industry, for every product, for every kind of market, the secret really is to ask help, to ask people, ask mentors, ask coaches, or ask other experts. Because in a collective mind, that's the only time you'll find a solution. If you listen to my talk about the 3 pillars of entrepreneurship, your self-mastery, enterprise mastery, and mastering your environment, then you will stop panic, you will stop fear, and you will always be cool and very, very level-headed when you make decisions. Your mind defines what you do. And that's why I also mentioned how important self-mastery is. Psychotherapy also is so very important. Know who you are, and then everything else will follow. I do food because I know food very well, and I would franchise it because I know franchising, and I would do service. I think Filipinos are good in service. With a consumer-driven population like the Philippines, where we have 120 million consumers, service is very important.
In times of uncertainty, the difference between struggle and success often comes down to perspective. As we've heard today, economic pressure isn't just a challenge, it can be a powerful catalyst for innovation, resilience, and growth. The key is knowing where to look and how to respond. For more insights on business and leadership, stay tuned here on Open for Business. Mga Kanet 25, this is Cesar Vallejos of Open for Business. For more updates, just click the subscribe button and follow us on Net25 social media pages at Net25 TV and at Net25 Entertainment Facebook pages.